We're going to unbox and assemble the Ecoroad EC9 scooter today. Boy, this thing is pretty heavy. Includes a luggage bag here. I'm assuming that goes right up here. I didn't find the screws in the box. I'm going to assume they're in here. Okay, in our little carrying pouch, we got our charging cable. It's a 13 amp hour battery on the scooter, and this is a 2 amp charger, so it'll take about 6.5 hours to charge this thing up from completely dead to completely full. We've got our user manual, and this is our hardware bag with our screws and a T-handle Allen wrench. The user manual has a QR code for an app download for this bike. I'm assuming that's how you lock it and configure it and all that good stuff. Well, there she is. Pretty good looking Scoots Magoots. I'm gonna take her in, charge her up, and then we're gonna see how she rides. And I am 5'10", 200 pounds, and this should give you a good idea of the scale of the size of this. So pretty good size for me. I'm about an average size guy who's a little thick in the middle, but overall, this is what it looks like. And I've also got the bag up front here. Alright, let's take a walk around the scooter now and see what she has to offer. Scooters are generally pretty simple, so this is going to go kind of fast. First, I'm going to show the folding capability of the scooter. There's a lock mechanism right here. You just pull this latch up and pull that out, and then it folds down this way. And up here, there is, and here there's a hook that you just fold down, and it hooks right on the back of the fender there, and then you can just pick it up and carry it like that. And then when you're ready to fold it back up for riding, you just unhook that, swing this up like that, and then lock it back into place. As you can see, we've got plastic fenders front and rear. The one back there, don't use that as a brake like you would on a traditional scooter. The scooter itself has brakes, and you can see right here, we've got a brake lever here, and it is looks to be a hub brake back here. Also back here we've got dual shock absorbers, and we've got dual shocks on the front as well. We have motor and battery information here. That's some super small print, and I'm not even going to try to read that. I'm just going to throw it up on the screen. Same with this side. I'll throw that up on the screen as well. And the same with our motor information here. I don't have my glasses. There's no way, so it'll go up on the screen as well. So we'll take a look at the controls here. This screen looks like it might be kind of hard to see through the camera, but I assure you it's not flickering like that in real life. That's because of the camera frame rate. We'll go through the different controls now. If you tap this button one time, it turns the headlight on and off. So here we've got the headlight on. Not very bright, but I guess it's better than nothing. And as you can see, I mounted the bag a little bit lower so that the headlight can shine up over the bag. And in the back we've got a tail light, and that probably doubles as a brake light as well. Let me set the camera down here and we'll get a look at that and see. Back up to our controls. If you double tap the button, it'll go through the different modes. We're on white mode now. That's the lowest mode, and I think that caps out at 9 miles per hour. The next one is green, and that caps out at 15 miles per hour. And then finally red, and that caps out at 21 miles per hour. Simple throttle control over here. I did take this for a quick little ride earlier, and I had to kick off and then hit the throttle, and the scooter takes off normal. I'm going to see if there's anything in the app that can give us just a normal start without needing to kick off. I'm not sure though. We'll find out. And this is our brake control for the rear brake. There's no front brake, and there's no regenerative braking on this scooter that I'm aware of. The tires are solid rubber, so you shouldn't have to worry about any kind of punctures or going flat or anything like that, and you shouldn't have to worry about airing them up. The bag that comes with it is pretty decent size for a scooter. If I had to guess, you could probably get about 6 16-ounce cans in there. Turn signals, not super bright, but they are bar-end turn signals, and there are no turn signals in the rear. They are also not self-canceling, so I've hit the left turn signal to cancel it. I've got to hit the left turn signal again, and for the right turn signal, same thing. One tap to turn it on, one tap to cancel. All right, I'm in the app now, and I've got the scooter binded, and we can take a look at some different stuff in the app here. Like, for example, we can lock the scooter. Now if I try to roll it, it pushes back and I'm not able to make off with the scooter. And now I can unlock it and we're good to go again. Pretty simple there, but the way you lock the scooter is in the app. We've got some settings here. I'm going to look at that. Okay, we can go through our different modes now. And sports mode, it's giving us a disclaimer here. Okay, and it looks like we can't go through the disclaimer to accept anything, so that part is useless. Basically what I'm seeing now is the app is worthless. I did want to turn on zero start, and I'm able to turn cruise on and off. Come on. Yeah, this app is garbage. We can limit our speed if we could accept what we're looking at here. Maybe, yeah, this app's junk. So that's the first thing against the scooter. We can at least use it to lock and unlock the scooter, so that's good. And we can monitor our battery life. We're at 95%. Let's take it down the road and see what she's got. Okay, before I even take off on the scooter, I gotta say I really do like this bag here. I've had some overflow on my camera gear, and I just threw the stuff in here today, and that's just actually really convenient and nice to be able to throw the stuff in there. And this case is waterproof, so good job there, Ecoroad. Anyway, let's see how she rides. I'm not going to take off in sport mode right away. Let's go like the lowest speed as we go through this gravel here. But as I mentioned, you got to give it a kick before you give it throttle. And yeah, it doesn't do the best in the gravel, so we're going to go on over here in the grass and see how it does. And that beep is the cruise control. It's going through the grass pretty well, but I can't wait to get on pavement. There we go. And we've hit cruise control at 9 miles per hour. And it's a pretty comfortable ride with these shocks for sure. We're going to get swarmed by geese. Hate these dumb things. Okay, so we've got a comfortable ride at 9 miles per hour in our lowest mode setting. Let's go up into our next mode setting. And when I switched modes, it doesn't take off right away. It basically cuts the speed, so I have to hit the throttle again. And now it's capped us out at 15 miles per hour. And again, comfortable ride. Yeah, 15 miles per hour feels like that's what this scooter was kind of made for. But let's go up into sport mode now. Cruise control kicked on again. Yeah, 20 miles per hour is exactly where it's capped out for me. I weigh 200 pounds, and it's a 350 watt motor. with a 13 amp hour battery. Now we're just going to test the range. I am not going to run it the entire way at a 13 amp hour battery. That is going to, hey, we hit 21 miles per hour. A 13 amp hour battery is going to take this thing a pretty long way, so I'm just going to ride it for about 8 miles, and we're going to see where we're at when we get back to the beginning of the ride. I go down here to, it's probably going to be like in the 7 to 8 mile range. I go down here, some of these odometers give me like 3.7 miles at the turnaround point. Some of them give me 4.2, but it's in that 3.5 to 4 mile range where we're going. And then we're going to turn around, come back, and see where we're at. So like I said, it's going to be in the 7 to 8 mile range. We've got a bumpy spot coming up here, so we can test out the suspension on this scooter and see how it rides going over bumps. But on pavement, it's pretty good. And I probably shouldn't be going this fast. But we got the battery for it for sure. So, well, I would hope at 13 amp hours, this thing's got a pretty massive battery in it, and we left with like 95% charge. We'll see what we're at when we get back. So I'm slowing down a little bit up here. This is a really bumpy spot that I'm going to cross. Did they pave it? Nope, they didn't pave it. Yeah, this is a really bumpy spot, and I don't want to go ass over apple cart when I run over this, so... Ooh, yeah. Better than no suspension at all, but that's a really rough spot. Alright, so I'm 5'10", and the handlebar height fits me kind of perfectly. I got my hands at about waist height, and this is all, like, really pretty good. I would say any shorter than this, if the handlebars were any shorter, I would be too tall for it. I would say that if you're under 5'10", you're probably going to be a lot more comfortable than if you're over 5'10". But yeah, for me, this is kind of right in the middle ground here, I would say. Overall, the ride is nice. I would say the only thing I don't like about the ride, and it's something that you can get used to, is the brakes grab kind of hard. So if you're riding at top speed and you grab the brakes, you want to really kind of ease on to them and avoid grabbing if at all possible. So definitely be mindful of that. And if you're riding around a lot of pedestrians, I would err on the side of riding too slow instead of riding too fast. Alright, we're down here at about the 3.5 mile mark to 4 mile mark, so we're going to turn around and go back, but we're still at a full energy bar for the battery, and that's to be expected. It's a 13 amp hour battery, so we'll go back and when we get back to the beginning, check what our actual battery percentage is. Yeah, I'm riding back at 15 miles per hour with these skinny little wheels. 15 is plenty fast enough. When you get up into 20, it gets a little bit jerky, especially as top heavy as scooters are. I really wish I could have gotten into the app and enabled the zero start kick function. I don't like that I have to kick off on the scooter to get it started, and I would much rather just be able to use the throttle to do that. But it's fine, it's a minor inconvenience. Maybe somebody with a different phone would be able to get in there and do that, but in my experience, I was not able to do it. Back over the bumps. Yeah, it's definitely something that you want to slow down for bumps, for sure. This thing with its skinny kind of little wheels, it is definitely not made for off-roading. But it does just fine on pavement. It does great on pavement. As far as scooter portability factor goes, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put this one probably right in the middle. It's about a 5 or a 6. It folds up nice. but it is not really the smallest scooter, but that's what you're going to have with something with such a big battery. It's not super lightweight either. Again, that can be attributed to the battery. I think it weighs around 33 pounds. It is something you can definitely carry with one hand, but you know, I wouldn't want to carry it for a very long distance with one hand, and I really would much rather ride it than carry it, for sure. All right, we're back to the beginning of the ride. It says that we're at 60% on the battery life. I rode out there. It says that we're at 6 miles. I'm going to go with that. I could have swore that was a like 3.5 mile ride out and 3.5 mile ride back. Anyway, we're going to just go with what it says at 6 miles here. So we're at 60% on battery life, and I went out at 20 miles per hour, came back at 15 miles per hour. I weigh 200 pounds, so that's what she did for battery performance, 60%. I would say that if I kept riding this scooter, it's probably got about 12 to 15 miles in range, maybe up to 20 miles if I would have ridden it in the middle mode the entire time, and possibly more than that if I would have gone down to the lowest mode setting where you only ride at like 9 miles per hour. But that wraps it up for the battery test, and I've got nothing else to say about this scooter. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. That's it for now, and I'll see you next time.